thing is you've got to make a decision, a very specific decision to become that thing. A lot of people throw around this word like resolution. I've got this resolution where I'm going to quit smoking or lose weight or, stop drinking or eat healthy or, whatever, do better at my job or, create an online business or whatever. They have this resolution and they just throw this word around every single year, and they never really hit their mark because they never really resolve to do that thing. To resolve to do something is to make one decision. I tell a story in 30-Minute Workday Escape Plan of the 5,000 stair journey. What it means to make one decision is that, so if you imagine yourself at the bottom of a 5,000 staircase, and at the very top on stair 5,000 is whatever it is that you're trying to hit, right? So if you're trying to lose 20 pounds, that would be what would sitting at the top. If, for me, if you're trying to create wealth from home in a way that allows you to stay home with your family and have lots of time freedom, that's the decision that's sitting at the top of the stairs. So whatever you are deciding, that's sitting at the top of the stairs. But what a lot of people do is they don't make one single decision. They, on a daily basis, make a bunch of little baby decisions, right? So, for example, if we're talking about that weight loss example again, they may say, well, okay, this time I'm going to have, just a few chips, or I'm going to eat this candy bar, or I'm going to drink this pop today. I'm going to have a drink, just one Coke today, right? They make all these little baby decisions along the way, where if you make one single decision, I am going to lose this 20 pounds and I'm going to be healthier every single day. You decided in that moment that you're not going to have the one Coke that day. You're not going to have those chips. You're not going to have that candy bar. You already decided at the bottom of the staircase that you were not going to do any of those things, right? And so most people, what they do is they don't really know what resolve means, and resolve means to make a single decision and you stick to it. So they make all these little baby decisions, and eventually they just get off track, right? So you've got to immediately make a single decision, and then you've got to become that thing, right? So, for example, I heard a guy once tell a story about how he wanted to learn how to play the drums. But what he said was really enlightening, because he said, I didn't just want to learn how to play the drums, right? And I didn't just take like baby steps. He said, I immediately, in my mind, I became a drummer. And he asked himself, what does a drummer do? What does a drummer have? What sort of things do they do on a daily basis? And so he immediately went out and bought all of the things that a drummer would have. He got, a drum kit. He got, drumsticks. He got every single thing that a drummer would have, because he didn't want to just learn to play the drums, right? He wanted to become a drummer. So, for example, you don't want to just lose weight. You want to become that healthy version of yourself. You've raised your standard and said that's not okay, and you want to become that thing. You've decided, you've made that one decision to become that thing. And so he went out and he got all the supplies. He's like, well, what would a drummer do on a daily basis? He said, they would play on a daily basis. And he's like, I don't really know how to play. So he went and he got lessons, right? And so he showed up to the lessons and he played every single day. And he did all of the things that a drummer would actually do. And so, for example, if you want to learn to create, income online, what do? You do all of the things that a person who's trying to create income online would do. You go out and you get I talk about, the necessary tools and stuff throughout all of my marketing, but you go out and you get those things. You take the daily steps that, somebody who is a marketer would take. Or if you want to run a marathon or something like that, you've got to first decide to become a runner, right? You go out and you get the shoes and you get the clothes and you start reading, the magazines and listening to the podcasts, and you do all the things a runner would do. You go out and you run every single day because you don't want to just run the marathon. You want to become the runner, right? And so you've got to make that one decision at the bottom of the staircase, knowing that there are going to be lots of steps along the way. There may not be 5,000 steps. There may be less. There may be more. But you've got to decide at the bottom of the stairs that I'm going to take every single step no matter what. I know that I'm going to trip up some of these steps. Some days I'm going to be hurt. Some days I'm going to be bleeding. Some days I'm not going to want to keep going. But I already made the decision to get to the top of the stairs. So there's no little mini decisions, no little baby decisions all along the way of the journey, because you've already decided. Those little like micro decisions, all they do is they throw you off course. So for example, for me, for my, I basically have 3 daily steps that I wake up, and if I do those steps every single day, I have the life that I want to live. I don't wake up one day and decide, well, am I going to market today? Am I going to send an email today? Am I going to do this today? I already made the decision to do that, right? I made one decision. I've got a goal that I want to get to, that I see every single day, and I've already decided that I'm going to do those things every single day without fail when I made the one single decision. So I don't have to ask myself those questions every single day, because it was one decision, and all those little micro decisions are included in that one decision that I made.